Hi everyone, today is a very special one. It's actually my first English content, I'm realizing right now. I haven't told you this. This is actually the first time I'm doing this virtual interviews. So thank you so much for joining me today everyone. Let's give it up for Black Barrel. Woo! I first heard of you as leooo Cap, not Black Barrel. And when I found out that you were actually both, I was like, oh, what?
It's quite often happening. So many people, one time, they don't know that I'm doing the both genres.
First of all, for those who haven't heard of him yet, Eugene is from Russia, from St. Petersburg. But that doesn't really look like Russia. You're far away from home now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in Thailand on a small island called Koh Phangan. Small time capsule, I call this. Nothing
I can
happens
imagine.
much really here.
And for how long have you been
Four
there?
years.
Okay.
4 years already.
What made you choose that island so far away from home?
I've been actually in Spain first time when I left Russia. It was like for 3 months to see what's going on. I was in Andalusia. It's near to Sevilla.
Yes.
Yeah, near to Sevilla. I was there with the friends for a few months, and then just Anthony from Dispatch, NTC1, he said like, maybe you come around and at least you can do something with visa here and try to stay here for more.
Nice.
And I was going here with the family, and we just moved here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one thing I was wondering when I found out you were from Russia is I have this idea that people in Russia like listen to drum and bass and they're like kids, like babies. Is that true? Am I correct? Like, how old were you when you first discovered drum and bass? Do you remember?
I was like maybe 10, 12 years
Okay, still
old,
pretty young.
something like.
Yeah.
Something like this. It was quite popular with the radio. So we got some radio shows called, one of the most famous is called Pirate Station.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like night airs around 1 a.m. So like everyone sleep and I'm just listening this radio, this, drum and bass sounds.
Do you remember the first artist or track that you were like, oh, I like this?
I remember that after years when I was recording on some tapes, I was just shazamming after maybe 10 years one of the tunes which I really like there was DJ Patif, there was comics. I remember few names. They've been playing lots of different stuff, so I can't pick something like but I definitely remember there was DJ Patif, some of the tracks which I really like, YB, and comics, yeah.
Nice.
It's called BBL Gilberto Aganjo Comics Remix.
Okay.
It's literally amazing track, yeah.
I listened to it, and so obviously you started listening to drum and bass, and then dubstep appeared in your life, right?
Oh, dubstep, yeah, became later, much later. It was in 2020, so I was already doing this drum and bass career.
Right.
Making lots of releases, and my friends from South Russia, they pushing some sound system stuff and playing lots of dubstep, playing lots of dub, reggae music.
What
They've been
artists?
asking me to.
Any names you remember back in the day?
Not much, because I was involved just by ask,
Right.
they told like, you have a great skills, you're doing great drum and bass, let's try to do 140. And I was doing this 140 for the first time. I remember like I did one tune for them for compilation of their label, and second tune I was signed on a vinyl on Nevica Jack Sparrow label.
How did you decide to become a whole different like persona? Like you were like, no, I can't use the same name, so you created leooo Cap.
It was like already many tunes in drum and bass, and I was thinking, what was the name I can get for this leopard snapback, which my ex-wife is giving me as a gift, and I was just you know, checking things around and find this thing and give it a name for like Leo cap.
Nice.
Yeah, I was thinking it's short, sounds quite cool. That sounds good for dubstep.
It's actually a very
Yeah.
catchy name, like 3 letters, very easy to remember. And
Yeah.
yeah, very different than the other one as well. So that works. Do you remember like the first bass music track you ever listened that really got your attention into like trying to be one producer as well?
I think it's just when I came there and started to see the things. There was local artists from the label like Navy Cut, maybe some
Okay.
Deep Dark and Dangerous guys. I was listening Distinct Motive, I think, long time ago. I've been listening his tunes. It was what I like in direction of this bass music. So not much dubstep, which is more like classical, like Skrillex and around like Mob Glitch maybe.
Nice.
But but mostly like I was listening to some underground stuff.
Can imagine, man. You do very well on both genres, like drum and bass as Black Barrel and Leo Cap and dubstep. But is it possible for you to choose one over another? Like, what's your favorite? If you had to pick drum and bass or dubstep, I know it's like asking who's your favorite children, but if you had to, like, what would you pick?
It's really hard question. Dubstep is quite easy to play, but drum and bass have a different energy, and the culture was different there with drum and bass.
Right.
It was like I don't know. I love both experience which I got in my life was because now it's a little bit changing. The situation is changing, and drum and bass doesn't look so like it was before. It's more like jump up right now.
Right.
I more love deep rollers like it was
Yeah,
before.
we love rollers, yeah.
Yeah. Now it's more like trendy. It's almost like EDM came in the scene and it's crushed at the moment. What I think.
Okay.
It's not bad. I mean, like the time when people listen in music is changing right now. Because before you've been listening track maybe like drop almost whole thing, and now DJs mostly switching parts of the tune. So you spend on it 15 hours, yeah, for example, yeah, and people playing like 30 seconds of your tune.
Yeah.
That's not cool,
And they're
but
like,
like
oh, this is
yeah, that's why it's everything changes. Is for me like dubstep looks like more calm. It's still like people listening here more longer than drum and bass.
nice one. A couple of days before this, I posted on Instagram we were going to have a chat, and my friends asked some questions I want to ask you now. So this one's from Payne. That's actually my friend that showed me
Yeah.
first your music. Oh, shout out to Payne. He wants to know who is your actual favorite dubstep producer. Like, do you listen to?
I'm not much listening some other artists. I'm more like focused on my background and music which I made.
But I mean, like in your free time, when you just listen to music, who do you listen to? Like, who do you like? Come on, you have to have a playlist on Spotify, SoundCloud, something. Oh, wait. You only listen to your music. I do not believe that.
Mostly, yeah. Mostly, I'm not using much Spotify recently. Maybe last half year.
I believe you because I've met people like that, also producers, but I find it crazy. No names? Any recommendations?
I actually don't know what I can tell you.
Whenever you remember, let me know. And the other one
Yeah, of course.
comes from another friend who's also another producer. His name is CCX, and you might have heard of him because his tracks are played like on Rampage and stuff. It's like, these guys, you need to like talk to them, just so you know.
Right.
And he wants to know, how do you make your tracks minimalist without sounding empty?
So basically, reverb on the bass still giving you extra space, and the most thing about reverb, it's like you put this everywhere on a hi-hats, on a atmosphere and scene, and you get some space after this. Yeah, I just using lots of reverb for elements. That's how I make this still minimal and not empty.
This is actually very valuable content, so thank you for that. We want to finish this by asking, when are you coming? We're waiting for some of your music here. Would you like to come to South America and have some shows?
Yeah, I would love to come over. Well, we'll see. Depends on how I can manage. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I need to talk with some agencies, or maybe I can do it by myself. I just need to find the people and talk with them properly.
Okay.
Figure out the visa question.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's stay in touch. Let's talk about it, because we would love to have you to do both things actually, both the drum and bass and dubstep thingy, because we love it. And thank you so much for joining me today, man. I really appreciated your time and your kindness and your patience, and it was lovely to meet you, and I hope you had a good time too.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
You're welcome, more than welcome.
Thank you so much. This is the end of my first session online. I hope you liked it. Bye.